Hello, hello.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. How about you?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm enjoying today. It's very hot. Cecilia and I were just chatting backstage how hot it is at the moment. At least for me in the UK, although perhaps relatively not that hot.
No, I get it though, because like humidity and the UK is not built for heat. So
It's true. It's true.
looks like we've
Well,
got some excited folks in chat, but also some sad folks.
we'd love to know where you're tuning in from. So maybe let us know. Let us know what the weather's like for you. I'm feeling very British talking about the weather already, but is it
Yeah,
hot?
it's like it's very small talkish, but it's also like, what else do you have to talk about in the
Mm,
UK?
I mean, oh.
So that's a bit low. That's a bit low. My
You know
bad.
what? That's okay. That's okay. We'll take
Audio
that.
and
We'll
video
take that.
check. Uh-oh. Can people hear us?
Mm.
Let's see.
Does this? Hopefully, this means that you can in fact hear us.
I'm
I'm
gonna
hoping.
go
I'm hoping.
and check. I realized I didn't pull up Twitch now. I've got to watch ad breaks. So let's give some folks some more time to tune in.
Welcome everyone. Welcome. Let us know what your favorite stream has been this week.
Ooh, yes. I'd
We'd
love to know
love to
that
hear.
so I can prioritize what to go back and watch.
Mm.
These ad breaks
Hello.
are long.
Welcome everyone. Welcome.
Hello. Still an ad break. Watch there be another one? Ah, here we go.
You can tell how hot it is by how much water I'm drinking, can't you? It's hot and humid. So true. So true. That is exactly what it feels like right now. I'm like, ugh, my house is like an oven. Can't escape the heat. Can't escape the heat.
That's unfortunate.
Um,
All right,
mm,
we are good though. Audio and video are good. So I think maybe we get into it while we wait for folks to tell us where they're tuning in from. So,
awesome.
welcome to our closing ceremony for season lunch. We'll quickly introduce ourselves and then get into what's happened this week. First up, we have me. I'm Cecilia. I use she, her pronouns, and I love to read.
Awesome. I'm Quinn. I'm a coach at Major League Hacking. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm big into my R and my Python. Probably if you've seen any of my streams, you know that. So talk to me about stats, talk to me about data. That's my jam.
Awesome. And as for what is Major League Hacking, if you've been joining us for the first time this week, or maybe you've missed out on our opening ceremony, we run the Global Hacker community. And by that, we just mean that we facilitate it. There are a lot of hackers just like you who we love to empower with things like Global Hack Week, which this is our season launch week. So we are kicking off the brand new hackathon season. And it's a chance to see over 1 million hackers just like you who are interested in learning, coming up with projects, sharing about them, getting some feedback, and plenty more. And as for us, we are sadly here to wrap up season launch week, but there are good things ahead. Just hang tight. So let's take a look back at the week. Quinn, why don't you get us started on day one?
Yeah, of course. So first of all, we started with converting Figma to code using Figma Dev Mode. Now, if you're not familiar with Figma, it's a really great design tool. You can use it to make awesome UIs and assets for anything that you want to build. We had Kari talking us through this. We'll probably talk a little bit more about Figma later, but there's some really great resources out there, and you can get their education pack and get started yourself. So that's super exciting. If you want to check these streams, by the way, they're all recorded on YouTube. So your chance to go and do that in the coming weeks and months, if you wish, is very much up there. Next, we had a stream on Git. We got good with Git, hopefully. And this was with Ryan Lalu. Ryan does a great little workshop, and dealing with things like merge conflicts can be really hard. So hopefully you did some learning and perfected your Git skills. Then we raced between Wikipedia pages. Now, I'm not actually sure who ran this. Maybe someone went along and could tell me in the chat if you were there for this mini event. It's actually not a mini event I've ever played, but it seems super fun. So I need to get along to it. I do. I can see Cecilia's shock there.
I really am, because I run wiki races almost every week. This is not actually the one that I run. I ran one later this past week. So I'm like, I don't know this one, but there was a lot of people.
Okay, well, I've let the slide down, but I'll have to get along to the next one. And then we started off our web dev journey. I'm a little bit of a web dev newbie. Like I said, I do a lot of the data stuff, but this was with Vishini and a really great introductory workshop. I think this was a track as well, so there were multiple parts to it, which was super exciting. We also kicked off the D3JS track. This was a React track with UT, and you can see here the beginnings of some beautiful graphics, some plots by the looks of things. So definitely check that out if you want to learn more. We made better hacks even faster with GitHub Copilot. You'll see, I think, loads of coaches using Copilot just when they're doing technical streams. And this was with Wei, a really exciting workshop to learn how to get a little pair programmer in your IDE building projects with you. And then we had day 2. What happened in day 2, Cecilia?
Well, you, once again, in case you missed it, had a chance to work with yet another coach on Figma to Code with Figma Dev Mode. And so this one was with Ryan Lalu, and I know he always has great photos that he uses for these. But in case you wanted to get a variety in how you were being taught things, or maybe you had questions that you didn't get answered because you watched a recording, this would have been a great second opportunity to check in and see what you wanted to find out. Then you wrapped up the web development track. Looks like you all were making your first workshop page. Great for any form of development or just wanting to, looks like we have actually Ryan in the chat. Honestly, this is how I feel about most of our screenshots. I'm always like, this is going to be the screenshot because this is not it. Anyway, so it looks like you were wrapping up your workshop track. Then you continue to build interactive data-driven charts, and we'll see UT throughout the week. He did a 6-part stream of this.
Wow.
He always goes so in-depth. It is so detailed. So definitely check out those recordings if you didn't get a chance to catch all of them or you burned out pretty quickly, because honestly, that's a lot of information. But then you made better decisions with uncertain data. I think, Quinn, this was you. I think you were talking about bias in this one, how important it is to manage that. I'm doing a terrible job generalizing, but at the same time, it's an inclination that people should watch your stream.
For sure, 100%.
And then at day 3, why don't you take us out there?
Of course. So we got introduced to the basics of Java programming. This was one of, I think, a couple of different streams Vishini did on Java, not Java programming, but like programming in general. I think there was another one on Python. We'll get to that later. Don't you worry. So a great one. If you're new to Java and you want to learn more, go back and watch this. We had Yash come back. Yash is an active community member at MLH and now a guest streamer. Yash streamed with us last Global Hack Week and also this one, also known as 404 in the chat. This was an amazing workshop on building a little web scraper to, I think it was to scrape really cursed pizza combinations. And you can see some on the screen right now. They are horrific. Grilled peaches pizza? I'm not convinced.
I feel like it could happen.
Okay.
I would compare the pizza bites with pumpkin. No.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to learn more about the potentially cursed or not cursed, depending on your perspective, different pizza types, you can go and learn how to web scrape them with Yash. So go back and watch that stream for sure. We also had another stream from Vincent. Vincent is a guest streamer and joined us at Gen AI Week as well as this week for season launch. This was a super fun stream on automating client onboarding processes, and you can see a little bit there. This is definitely one that I need to watch, so go and check it out as well if you want to learn more. Then we explored the versatility of Python programming. This is the one I was talking about. We get to it eventually. This was with Vishini, a really great introduction. If you're new to Python, you're like, wow, I heard all these people talking about Python. Definitely check it out. Python is an amazing language to know. Then we added Auth to our hack in just 5 minutes. This was with Civic Auth. Let's get that right, Civic Auth, who've been joining us as a partner for this Global Hack Week. It's been amazing to have them, and you can see here a few of their staff talking us through how to get started. So that's been super awesome. Definitely check that out on YouTube. What happened in day 4?
Well, I know that's when I started my Today in Global Hack Week series, so I got a chance to introduce most of the things. So actually, I'm familiar with most of what happened over the next 3 days. But you started off with Jasper discussing tips and tricks to build communities online. And something I observed was, I'm like, it seems like people are using the same slide template because this is coming up. But another screenshot that showed up was after Kari's custom pet dashboard, who nobody actually answered me if she showed off her new pet. And so I kind of wonder, like, did people not show up? Because I know Kari always does a great job integrating mobile development with her web apps. Like, that's just her bread and butter, really. So anytime you're going there, you're going to have a good time. But I'm like, I want evidence of this pet. I want to know the reason behind it. You got a walkthrough of GenAI dev tools. See, this is where I had that comment of like, it seems like it's the same template. Like these numbers look very similar. So my conspiracy theory aside, you were back with Varshini, really working on those beginner ideas of how do you really get started, which is great for season launch as you start your hackathon journey. Then you played Gartic Phone with me. It was actually my first time playing Gartic Phone. We had some popular topics. There was cats, fish, cheese, and I want to say something else, but I can't remember what it was. I got the one I missed last time. I can't remember what it was, the other one. But we had some very interesting drawings. Oh, okay. So she did share photos of her dog. I think I've only seen one. I've mostly been like, this is a great way to get people to show up to your stream. Because usually Peanut would be in my window, but I have moved my office around. So now Peanut, and also the window is too hot for Peanut right now. So we put a temporary aside for that.
Very pet themed stuff going on.
What else are you supposed to do when you're like living in your office, streaming all day?
I mean, that's very true.
That
is true. Yeah. If I didn't have my door shut, my cat would be like in the camera right now, and that would be, I mean, maybe a better view, to be honest. So maybe I should leave my door open. There you go. All right.
We passed morning snuggle time with Peanut, so no Peanut today.
Oh. Well, let's talk about what happened on day 5. And this was a really exciting one. I hope you all were there. If not, you should absolutely go and watch this. This was our keynote with Swift, who is one of the co-founders and current CEO of MLH. This was really encouraging and an inspiring talk, so definitely go and give it a watch. If you're, as I think most people are, a bit of an inspiring technologist, this was super encouraging. I really recommend giving it, a watch and a listen. And of course, I think one of the things that everyone was super hyped about, Swift revealed the 2026 season mascot. If you haven't met Jewel already, this is Jewel, the jumper wire jellyfish. Say that really fast, you'll definitely trip up.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm a huge Jewel fan already. I love the aesthetic, and I think most people are agreeing with me on that. I think there are some really, really awesome community ideas for Jewel in the chat already. We've got some Jewel fans. I think these are some gorgeous little artsy adaptations. I think we've got like some swag suggestions here as well. We've got a Jewel clock, a Jewel button plushie tote bag. I mean, so many options, right? So many options. So if you haven't, go and look at the official beautiful graphics of Jewel, because
those
we all love Jewel.
I did not see those graphics in Today in Global Hack Week.
I think these ones are generated by the community. I think these
are. Yeah, I saw up to where 404's like plushie was. I didn't see these. These are cute.
They're cute, aren't they? Yeah, I'm a big fan, and I'm sure we're gonna have some really exciting Jewel-themed swag over the next hackathon season. After all, that's what season launch has been about. And so I'm super hyped to see them, as I'm sure you all are as well. But that wasn't all for day 5. We continued hacking, and we hacked with Gemini CLI. This was with Ryan, who I'm sure many of you know. This was, I think, trying to complete a previous project, and as part of that, setting up Gemini in your command line, and also, I think trying to introduce a new board game to this board game app. I watched bits of this, and I really enjoyed it. So I do recommend. I hadn't used Gemini in the command line before, so if you haven't either and you want to learn, definitely give this a watch. Then hopefully people join me to learn a little bit about bias, both in our data and also in AI models. This was super fun, and I think hopefully like a bit of a learning experience. I was using a tool that was fairly new to me as well, so that was great. And then we raced between Wikipedia pages again, and this was with Cecilia, I'm guessing. Yes. Awesome. That would be crazy if I was wrong there. And I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, it would be. And I'm sure you all had loads and loads of fun. I definitely should have made it along. I'm full of regrets. But that was a brilliant end to day 5, and then we had day 6. Do you want to tell us more about that?
Yeah, this is our last day, and then we'll come up on what's coming up next. But as for day 6, you kicked off working on a real-world IoT project with Alberto. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to see this, but I do wonder what it is that he was creating for you all, because I love hardware, and we just have so few and far in between hardware projects these days. But You also read a research paper with Abdullah. It seems like this is a popular thing every Global Hack Week to do a paper a month. And let's see, looks like it was thinking about in context learning. Actually, this is right up my alley somewhat, merging some of my past research as well as modern technology. I will have to check that out. Been kind of taking a break since I finished. Kind of tired of academia. But you also worked on challenges throughout the week. And so one of those was showing what you made with Civic's Auth Creator. Looks like some of this is default, but honestly, very intriguing. I have to check out this workshop. I was waking up while this stream was happening before I got ready for today in Global Hack Week, so I unfortunately missed it. But as a reminder, you can definitely check those out on YouTube. Then people were completing their GitHub Copilot Magic Quest, and so we had a few certificates of completion. Congratulations to those that finished it. And we also had folks join our Figma for Education pack, which gives you access to dev mode and lots of other wonderful resources, which if you're a student, definitely take advantage. And we also had decoding HTTP requests. Honestly, bread and butter, especially as a growing technologist. This is really good to know. I had to learn this stuff on the fly. We're not going to talk about that. And you also worked on a blog, it looks like. This is a great way to reflect on your classes, actually. Write a blog post about every course you take, or like write a page of notes. Like, what's the key takeaways from each class? This is a good way to reflect on things, I think. I like it.
This is good advice right here.
Decentralized voting system. We're just increasing in complexity. I don't even know where to start with this one. Do you have any? I actually don't do blockchain, but do you have any insights, maybe?
I mean, I don't do blockchain. I do a little bit of the kind of decision theory stuff. So I'm interested in the idea of like voting systems mathematically, but I think that's probably not what they were going for here. So if this is your project, please let us know. We'd love to know more about it. Chat about it in the Discord. It's super exciting to see projects like this from the community.
Yeah, I had no idea we were making such complex stuff. A document summarizer? I'm impressed, honestly. What a great turnout for season launch.
And you can go along and check these projects out. If you see the links up here on the screen, please do go and check them out. Give these hackers some feedback in the Discord if you like. I'm sure they'd love to hear what you thought and all of the things that you found really great about their projects.
Ooh,
it's
it looks like they're here.
Whoa.
Document summarizers, ice cream dogs. Well, thanks so much for sharing. I know sometimes it takes folks a little bit of courage to share their projects and on that demo link, but we love to see it. As you can see, we're celebrating it. We love to see all these kinds of projects. Responsive hacks, classic, love it, can't complain. This is about farmers. That's pretty neat. That's really useful. Worked on your portfolio. We have so many projects. Oh my gosh. I actually remember what we brought this one up at one of the Today in Global Hack Weeks. It's changed a lot. I remember it being a different screenshot. You've like totally revolutionized it. Oh my gosh.
It's very aesthetic.
This is the one I saw. I remember what happened. Okay, I am now on the same page. This was the one I saw on Today in Global Hack Week. This is the one someone shared at Global Hack Week, and I encouraged them to submit their link to our demo survey. That's what it was. Like I remember it being different. Anyway, if you want to take over for me.
Of course, yeah. Just before we move on, I think you still got a chance to, if you haven't already, sign up to the GitHub Student Dev Pack. And I think we'll talk a bit more about that later. But if you're like interested in these challenges where we've shared some stuff that other hackers have done and you want to do them too, your time hasn't run out yet. I think you've got till the end of the hour, maybe a little bit longer. So go and get started. Some of them you can do really quick. So go and check those out. If you head along to, I'm trying to think of the link now. Is it ghw.mlh.io/challenges? I want to say.
Challenges are there.
Yeah, that's where you want to be. So definitely check those out if you're interested and you want to use these tools for yourself. They're really exciting and I thoroughly recommend. But on that note, if you have really loved this week, or maybe you've got things that you want to see more of, we'd love to get your feedback. Hopefully you've gone to loads of live streams this week and we want to know exactly how you like it. So please do share your thoughts with us. You can do that at mlh.link/GHW feedback. And I'm going to throw that in the chat if someone else doesn't beat me to it.
Already got you.
I think, oh, wow. I'm way behind. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's up on the screen. in the Twitch chat as well. So please do let us know what you're thinking. Yeah, we'd love to know, and we want to make Global Hack Weeks even better for you. Cecilia, do you want to tell us a bit about swag?
Absolutely. This is my favorite part of every stream. Even though I don't get any of it. I've talked to Siddharth multiple times, like, do I get them for running these? And he's like, you'd have to apply. And I'm like, but anyway. So if you want to earn our basic swag, that includes a postcard and a selection of stickers. Make sure that you have registered and checked into MLH link/GHW. This makes sure that you are invited to the event, get all the notifications you need, and get access to things in the Discord, such as our mini events channel, support tickets that are related to GHW, and plenty more. Then, as long as you have submitted a current address to MLH link/address, and so if you've changed your address recently, or you're not sure if it's an accurate address, just go ahead and resubmit. We'll always take your most recent submission. That's important so we can actually mail you your swag. And finally, the expectation for basic swag does include that you've completed the featured challenges by our partners. Those are some of those first challenges you see when you log into your dashboard, and you'll see things scrolling across on the screen. Definitely go ahead and do those. You still have some time. I do believe you actually have until at least possibly Monday, if not the end of today, wherever that may be. But you can always double check, ask in Discord, submit a support ticket, however you'd like, to just double check what that timeline looks like to make sure you have time to get basic swag. And if you are extra, just as a quick aside, if you've actually gotten the chance to attend more than 5 live stream events and you've registered and checked into those, you will be eligible for bonus swag. So make sure that you can double check that you've been properly accounted for attending your streams through that points email that gets sent out every day. And if you're missing something, go ahead and open a ticket in the Discord, so that way you can make sure that things are updated and you are eligible for what you need to be or want to be. But what's next? Oh, awesome. We have some folks who already did things. We love that.
This is super cool to see. I'm so glad that you're getting all of the swag and loving that. But yeah, let's talk about what's next, because I think we've all really loved this week and we don't want it to end, but fear not, there's more coming up. So in August, we're revisiting the basics of computer science, and this is for Beginners Week. That's the 8th of August till the 14th. This is a super great place. If you're new to tech and are like, I don't really know where to start on lots of these things, don't worry. This week is going to be amazing for you. But maybe actually you're also a bit of an experienced vet. You know exactly what you're doing. You're like, this is not going to be for me. Well, it still is, because we're also going to be beginning our journey with new technologies. There's going to be some cutting edge tech and tools that streamers are going to be using and introducing you to for the first time. So we're all beginning our journey in some way. So no matter where you're at, this is a really exciting week, and I'd love to see you all there. What about after that, Cecilia?
After that, we've got September, which has our data-related technologies, and that will be September 12th through 18th. So once you've built your basics, what next to do is to both generate data and source data from different places. And here you'll often learn more about APIs, databases, and plenty else. So a great way to level up those skill sets, try a new database or other source of data, and see what you can come of it now that you have ways to populate that app or that project that you're crafting together for your hackathon. And then I think we have one more.
We do.
To that.
So in October, we're celebrating open source. Maybe you're new to open source, but don't worry, it doesn't have to be scary. We're going to be doing a whole week on it in October. That's from the 10th till the 16th. Open source is actually really close to our hearts as hackers, and it's very closely aligned with the hackathon culture. We love to see people working on these things, collaborating. And if you want to work on bigger projects, or maybe start your own open source project, this is the place to do it. So if you are excited for all of these, you can sign up. You can do that at ghw.mlh.io. Let's see if I can get that in the chat before our hackers beat me.
Oh,
yes. There we go. There we go. It's in the chat. You can copy and paste it and go and sign up right now, because why wait? Why wait? It's too exciting.
Also, there's some incentive. So Siddharth has let us know that there is a secret swag opportunity that if you have signed up for all of the upcoming Global Hack Weeks, you'll be entered in a secret swag raffle, and it has to be done today, or I think by Monday. I think Monday is when it'll choose. But double check. We can also poke Siddharth to make a formal announcement about that. But we really want to make sure that you'll join us in the future, and it's planned for in your schedule. So make sure you go ahead and sign up for those as soon as you can. And again, maybe you might get some secret swag. I actually have no idea what secret swag is. I have asked Siddharth every single time, and he's never told me what it is. And no one's told me what it is, and if they've got it. I'm
too
just
secret
like,
for that. It's
too secret. Even us, like, we are coaches, and we have no idea. But a quick pause. We do have some questions that I wanted to cover, which is that I think we got some misleading information.
My bad.
We weren't super sure, and we're not always sure, to be honest, because some things change here and there. So for your projects, for challenges, for both the featured challenges and for the extra challenges, you do not have the top of the hour. You actually have until, I believe, either tonight, like end of the day when the world has all gone to sleep and waking up for the next day. Or I believe it's by Monday. I'm not quite sure about which one is sooner, but I would, endeavor to complete as much as you can today. And if it's still open, you can keep completing challenges. They just may or may not count. But if you want to keep working on challenges after Global Hack Week, as long as that challenges dashboard has what you need, you are more than welcome to keep going. They won't actually contribute, I think, to your swag, but they're great practice rounds for moving on to hackathons or doing your own projects on your own, or however you'd like to pursue your technologist journey. I think there was one other question. Yes. Is there anywhere we can suggest stream topics? Earlier, we talked about giving us Global Hack Week feedback. If you want to find that link for me, Quinn. That is a great place for you to suggest stream topics, and hopefully that will be disseminated to the team, so that way folks who are coming up with projects can consider those as they're planning for it. There we go.
For saving us
right.
Earlier in the chat. I think also if you're interested in like certain topics as well, you can chat about them in the Discord. I like kind of semi-regularly snoop through there. And if you've got one which you think someone's going to really love to run, or it's connected to something that someone's done before and you'd like to see more, definitely do put that in the feedback form, because it's super encouraging and exciting for us to know that people are interested in what we're doing and that they want more, or even related things as well. So I really recommend doing that. The Discord is also, like I said, a great place to chat with the community about streams that you'd like to see, so we can make sure that we're making Global Hack Weeks even better for you. Awesome.
Excellent. What do we have next? Oh, we have a great opportunity for you to practice. On July 25th to the 27th, we have Data Hack Fest, which is one of our first-party hackathons, which is a great opportunity if there aren't hackathons in your region, or you're waiting for hackathons to start up in your region, but you want to get started anyway, or have a potentially easy, friendly, familiar first-time hackathon experience. MLH will host our first-party hackathon online. And in this instance, this is a great place to put together all the skills you've been working on this week, and even last month if you joined us, or if you wanted to look at past videos, to submit a project at your first hackathon as a great way to start our season launch. Alrighty.
Awesome.
So as a reminder, you can potentially win swag by registering for Beginners Week, Data Hack Fest today. So remember, Siddharth is giving out secret swag and a raffle, so just a thought. All it does, it's a click to register and gets a notification when that week turns up. You shouldn't get much more marketing material than that I'm aware of. And the winners will be announced on Discord when Siddharth has selected them.
Awesome.
So as for finding out more hackathons, looking in your area, if you go to mlh.io/events, are you going to beat him? I don't know.
Oh, I'm not even typing yet.
Oh, you're not even typing.
Oh no, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Oh no. Okay, that's okay. So mlh.io/events, you can find out more hackathons that will be near you. And that is a great opportunity for you to plan ahead for hackathons you might want to attend, particularly if some have travel reimbursement or not, or even if they are online and available to you. We highly recommend, just to get started. The worst you can get is a no, honestly. And the best you can get is that you tried a hackathon and maybe you won.
Awesome.
Alrighty. What else do we have? I think with that, we have our thank yous if you want to start us off, Quinn.
Yeah, absolutely. Some thank yous are definitely in order. First up, I want to say thank you to Alberto for doing a really awesome real-world IoT project track. This is something I'm completely new to, so definitely I'll have to go back and watch. And as a reminder, you can see all of these streams on YouTube. Head along there, and they're all there. Definitely go and catch up on anything that you missed and you're excited about. A thank you to Jasper as well for showing us how he built online communities. I think this was for Hack Club and also MLH, of course. So that's super exciting. And a massive thank you to Ryan Lalu for doing some Figma and Git workshops. Then we have a big thank you to UT for doing, I think someone said, a 6-part series. I know it was long. 6 parts is so impressive, on D3 JS and the React kind of track. That was a great place to learn about, I think, building kind of beautiful visualizations. So definitely check that out. If you headed along to the Copilot workshop, you probably saw Wei, and also I think a couple of mini events and today in Global Hack Weeks. So thank you to Wei for that. And of course, thank you to Vashidi for doing a bunch of different streams, including an intro to web dev, an intro to Java, an intro to Python, and also some AI dev tools along the way. Of course, I've been here. It's been my pleasure as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed some little data workshops with me. I've had super fun running them. And then, of course, we had Kari, who was teaching us how to build a custom pet dashboard app. And this was a track too. Go and check it out if you want to share your awesome pet with the community too. I think there's a channel for that now. So send cute pet photos. Stephen helped as well, moderating a stream with Vincent, who was a guest streamer this week. We were really glad to have them both here too. So huge thank you to Stephen as well. And then certain thank yous even further. We've got a thank you for Abdullah for the paper of the month, which was that research paper on day 6, I want to say. I think this is something that's been introduced very recently. Really exciting to see. I'm a big fan. Thank you to Cecilia, of course, for doing mini events along the way, today in Global Hack Week, and opening and closing. Super amazing stuff. And thank you to Swift for his keynote. Again, definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. And of course, for introducing us to our beloved 2026 season mascot, Jewel, the jumper wire jellyfish. All right.
Then, Siddharth didn't do it, I think. Well, no, we'll find out next slide. So first up, we have Rosendo and Alex. If you've seen them in the Discord, they're probably promoting our partners, and we do have so much to thank for them. They are largely the reason that we have the ability to do what we do, to connect you with partners and companies and folks who are looking for folks like you. So definitely a huge shout out to Rosendo and Alex, who are out there finding partners to elevate our community and make sure that you have all the resources you could possibly need and every advantage and opportunity. Feel free to shout out to them during your time on Discord, saying, thanks so much. Or if you happen to know anybody who you'd like them to check out, go ahead and open a feedback ticket so that way they can go ahead and maybe start contacting some folks that you'd be interested in seeing. Then, as far as our other full-timers, we also have Ryan and Mary. Ryan gave one of our command line interface workshops, is also a lot of the behind the scenes and operations work. And Maria, wrong person. We do have a Maria, but Mary, she's going to be like, you've never done this before. What have I done? Beloved Mary. Mary is also someone who does a lot of the behind the scenes work for Global Hack Week, HackCon, if you are attending that in the future. She is all sorts of wonderful human being doing all sorts of amazing stuff for us. And you're absolutely right, Siddharth. 404, where is Siddharth? Because I asked him to put his picture on this as someone who also does behind the scenes work for Global Hack Week, is the person behind scheduling all us coaches to appear before you, helping coordinate topics, helping plan streams out to be the quality that they are. And he's not here. So I'm going to have a small challenge being all to go to Discord. I need you to at Siddharth and say thank you for hosting a wonderful season launch week. I think he'll appreciate the influx of tags.
Please do go and tag it for sure.
And to close us off, as we mentioned, Rosendo and Alex are always finding us wonderful partners. Where first up we have GitHub, who we've partnered with them for an extremely long time. And so we're so glad that they continue to partner with us, continue to make things available through the GitHub Student Developer Pack. And if you didn't get a chance to sign up for those, check out the Get Good with Git stream or the Making Better Hacks with Copilot stream, as those speakers will often go through how to sign up for the Student Developer Pack, which as long as you're a student, you are very much eligible. And we highly recommend you do so. Then we have Figma's education pack, where if you wanted access to dev mode or even access to more resources, that's also available to you as a student. They have been a partner for at least a year now, I want to say, and it's been great having them. And then we have our brand new partner who joined us this week on stage teaching us how to make an auth app in 5 minutes. Civic has been a wonderful supporter this week. Go ahead, and they even hosted office hours this week. Honestly, best partner just on that alone. We love to see how much support they give, not just financially, but also through resources and, of course, through making sure that you have a place to ask questions and can be answered. It's a lot more accessible than just using it out in the wild. And just as a reminder, you can still sign up for any of these things that have been mentioned. The GitHub Student Developer Pack is always accessible to you as a student. The Education Pack is from Figma, is also available to you as a student. And with CivicAuth, you are still able to sign up for an account and make your own authentication apps. That is going to be open for some time. I don't know that there's ever going to be a deadline, but better to sign up now, get all the information you can, leverage it in your future projects, and become that much better.
Awesome.
I think that might be it.
Yeah. A huge thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you this Global Hack Week. I really enjoyed it. I hope you really enjoyed it. We can see some enthusiastic hackers in the chat. I love to see that. So thank you all for coming. And yeah, I think we'll see you later.
Yes, I think we'll see you in about a month at the next Global Hack Week.
Cool. Goodbye, folks.
Have a good afternoon, morning, or evening, depending on where you're at. Happy hacking.
See you later.